You're probably staring at that drain cleaning machine listing and wondering if it's just another expensive gimmick that will sit in the garage for months while the clogs keep coming back. I get it, spending a few $100s on a tool you hope will solve a problem only to find it either doesn't fit your needs or ends up gathering dust is the last thing anyone wants. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. When I started digging into the compact sectional drain cleaning market, the first thing that popped up was how many different sizes and power ratings are out there, from tiny handheld snakes to massive truck-mounted units. The sweet spot for a lot of small to mid-sized jobs, think apartment complexes, rental properties, or a busy DIY garage, is something that's portable enough to carry up a flight of stairs but still powerful enough to tackle hair, grease, and the occasional tree root. That's exactly the niche the RIDGID 66492K60SP is aiming for. What makes this particular model stand out is the combination of a 120-volt motor and a built-in cable clutch. The motor runs on standard household power, so you don't need a generator or a special outlet. In real-world terms, that means you can plug it into a typical 15-amp circuit in a basement or utility room and be ready to work within minutes. The cable clutch is a small but clever mechanism that lets you lock the auger cable in place while you're threading it through a pipe, then release it with a single pull when you need to retract. I've watched several seasoned plumbers talk about how much time they save when they don't have to wrestle with a loose cable every few inches. If you're a professional plumber who services multi-unit buildings, the field serviceability claim isn't just marketing fluff. The K60SP is built so you can disassemble the motor and replace the bearings or the motor brushes without sending the whole unit back to a service center. That translates to less downtime on the job and lower long-term maintenance costs. For a contractor who charges an hourly rate, that can add up to a noticeable profit margin over a year's worth of calls. On the other hand, if you're a casual homeowner who only ever deals with the occasional kitchen sink clog, you might find the kit a bit more than you need. The package includes a 3-foot auger cable, a few different head attachments, and a small supply of cleaning solutions. Those extras are handy for someone who plans to use the machine regularly, say, a property manager handling 10 or 15 units, but they might feel like overkill if you're just looking for a tool to clear a bathroom drain once a year. In those cases, a manual snake or a chemical drain cleaner could be more cost-effective, even if they're a bit slower. Now let's talk about the practical strengths that matter once you have the machine in your hands. First, the user-friendly label isn't just about a sleek design. It's about how the controls feel. The power switch is a large, easy-to-reach toggle, and the speed control lever provides a smooth transition from low to high torque. In my conversations with a few tradespeople, they highlighted how that low-speed setting helps prevent the cable from snapping when you hit a stubborn obstruction, while the high-speed setting is perfect for pulling long runs of pipe clear in a single motion. The kit also comes with a built-in LED work light, which is a subtle but real advantage when you're working under a sink or inside a dimly lit crawl space. Another real-world advantage is the compact footprint. The whole unit weighs about 30 pounds and fits into a standard toolbox when the cable is retracted. That makes it feasible to carry up a flight of stairs or load into a small service van. I've seen contractors who service older buildings where elevators are unreliable. Being able to lug a 30-pound machine up a narrow stairwell without needing a pallet jack is a genuine convenience. There are a couple of trade-offs you should be aware of before you click Add to Cart. Because it's a 120-volt unit, the motor isn't as powerful as the 240-volt models you'd find in larger commercial shops. That means if you regularly encounter very dense blockages like tree roots that have penetrated a main saw line, you might find the K60SP struggling to make progress. In those scenarios, many pros would upgrade to a heavier-duty machine with a longer cable, perhaps 50 feet or more, and a higher torque rating. The K60SB's cable tops out at about 30 feet, which covers most residential and light commercial jobs, but it could be a limiting factor if your typical service calls involve longer pipe runs. A second practical weakness is the noise level. While the motor isn't deafening, it does produce a noticeable hum that can be heard across a small apartment unit. If you're working in a building with noise-sensitive tenants, you'll want to give them a heads-up before you start the machine. It's not a deal-breaker, but it's something that,